All right, fans, here we go. Top Rank Incorporated presents the co-main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBO Welterweight Championship of the World. Introducing to you first the challenger fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing black trunks with gold trim, hailing from Cataño, Puerto Rico. He weighed in at 146.3 pounds with a record of 27 wins, 1 loss and 1 draw. He has 19 big wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, making his first attempt at a world title, please welcome the hard-hitting WBO world-ranked welterweight contender, introducing Derek Cuevas. And his opponent across the ring is the defending world champion, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white trunks with orange and gray trim, hailing from Atlanta, Georgia. He weighed in at 146.7 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign with a record of 26 wins, no losses, 20 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, he is making the first defense of his title. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome boxing's youngest current male world champion, the undefeated and defending WBO welterweight champion of the world, the assassin, Brian Norman Jr. Our referee in charge now to give instructions, Thomas Taylor.
Come on this side, Coach. Okay, gentlemen. Everything on the bottom of the gold letters up is going to be good. Back up, back up. Everything underneath the black letters and up is going to be good. Guys, you got my instructions in the back. Protect yourselves at all times. Listen to my commands. Touch them up. Back to your corner, gentlemen.
Both Brian Norman Jr. and Derek Cuevas come from a boxing family. Their fathers also fought. That is Ruben Cuevas, Derek's father. Brian Norman Sr. was the assassin, the original assassin. And Brian Norman Jr. with both hands.
I'm so excited.
I mean, Tim.
That last performance he put on, look, if he can duplicate that tonight, you guys are in for a treat.
He says, I've been fighting through adversity since the amateur days. I've been slapping my way to a world title at age 23. And now you see the first shot that Norman Jr. lands. Derek Cuevas felt it. He's smiling a little bit as the Puerto Rican, but that can also be given away that he felt the power of Norman, but he fires back with that left hand, his power hand. And Derek Cuevas says, look, everybody's expecting my left hook, but watch out for my right because, ooh, that was a nice left hand from Cuevas that shook Norman's legs.
Telling you, Cuevas is extremely dangerous. Very talented, especially with that left hook. He's in the orthodox stance right now. He is a left-handed. But he can fight from the southpaw position as well.
So what does that mean in terms of the power hand, Tim?
Well, look, the power hand is up front, so it's strong. He can buzz them, you know, having your power hand up front, you know, using your jab, and then being able to come around with your left hook quickly and having power on it, like if it's a right hand, it's extremely dangerous. You know, Andre Ward used to have his power hand up front, which is the left.
There for Norman as well. That's the hand he hurt in the final punch against Giovanni Santillán, and it's been 10 months, so some ring rust from both guys. 10 months for Norman, 16 months for Derek Cuevas, but Cuevas is extremely confident, as is his corner, Tim, because Janelson Bocachica dropped Brian Norman 2 fights ago, and they tell me that Cuevas has his way with Janelson Bocachica in sparring. Sparring's different, but that gives Cuevas an edge coming into this fight according to his corner.
Yes, it is. I mean, he's coming in off a long layoff as well. That could be good and also bad. You know, a lot of times we talk about layoffs being a bad thing, inactivity being a bad thing. Yes, 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 all those things are correct. However, it allows the fighter to also rest and also plan and actually improve inside the gym. And I think that's what Cuevas has done so far. He's looking good in his first round right now.
Cuevas looks like he belongs, and that's important for the Puerto Rican fighter. You know, he's not afraid of going on the road. This is his 8th fight in the U.S., fought 3 times in Panama, twice in Mexico, 2 in the Dominican Republic. Only 1 loss on his professional ledger.
You see, Cuevas has good legs, very elusive in there as well. You know, he's a counterpuncher. He likes to set up his attack, likes to come behind that jab. Like I told you early on, he can switch it as well. He hasn't had to at the moment.
Pull your arm out. All right, stop. No
I
punch.
think
Straight
right
back.
now at this moment, Norman has felt the power, and now he's
Listen for
starting to
that bell,
respect it. He
gentlemen.
knows that he just can't walk through that front door. He has to set up his attack if he's going to get any offense tonight.
Round one in the books here at the Fontainebleau in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm Bernardo Osuna alongside Hall of Famer Tim Bradley and Mark Kriegel with us as well. For our main event, Mayor Ryan 2, what's the X factor?
Look, the first fight was epic. But the X factor tonight is Kay Karoma, a former trainer of Michaela Mayer. He's on the opposite side now, and he knows Michaela Mayer's deepest secrets. He knows how to beat her. I'm just wondering if he gave her the code to getting her title back.
Mark?
This isn't the sweet, nice Michaela Mayer we've become accustomed to. She's talking about sending Sandy Ryan to the hospital. She has a red paint logo on the back of her shorts. Part of it is she feels betrayed by Kay Karoma, and she feels unjustly blamed for what happened last time. But the biggest part of it is strategic. She wants Sandy Ryan good and angry and off her game. She wants her to lose composure.
Look, at the end of the day, Kay Karoma is part of the storyline, but it's all up to Michaela Mayer and Sandy Ryan to put on a great performance, and both know that they're capable of doing more than they did in the first fight. And last September, 6 months ago, that was an incredible fight, candidate for the best of the year in the women's game. So we expect great things in tonight's main event. The WBO Welterweight Championship will be at stake, as it is right now between these two men, the champion Brian Norman Jr. and the challenger Derek Cuevas.
I like what Norman is doing. Quick adjustment right out the gate. He's throwing body feints, foot feints, hand feints, trying to break his rhythm up, not trying to be predictable, trying to disguise when he's going to attack. It's a good way to set up your opposition and break his rhythm. See the hand face there, the gestures. You know, I don't like that lead left hook coming from him. I mean, you know, when you're in there with a mean fighter that has a mean left hook as well and has knocked out many of his opposition, again, yes, like that. It's extremely dangerous to hook with the hooker.
And Cuevas' hands are quicker than I expected, to be honest. And you just saw, like, when Norman did that foot feint, how quick the double jab from Cuevas was to land on the chin of Brian Norman Jr. It wasn't powerful, but it was enough to say, hey, watch what you do because I'm in this fight.
And you see Cuevas being a counterpuncher, but also he's coming forward as well. You know, he's getting close to the fire without getting burned, so to speak. But I would say that as of right now, Norman has to keep that right hand glued to the side of his face. Hold that phone up, because that left hook from Cuevas will come out of nowhere.
All right, stop,
That's right
stop.
to the body
Straight
from
back.
Brian Norman Jr. Cuevas a little unorthodox in the way he stands. The hands a little bit far out. Somewhat looking like Ricardo Mayorga in that stance.
Yeah, that can help a fighter as well, being a little bit unorthodox. You know, having that awkward stance.
Nice jab from Brian Norman Jr. Showing confidence in that.
Oh, nice right hand.
Prepared left hand, but the right hand of Cuevas, didn't he tell us that's going to be key for me?
It was a nice little pull. Cuevas were well schooled. Amateur pedigree as well. Great sparring he got for this match.
Yeah, talking about Subriel Matias, the former 140-pound champion. Nicholas Floss, who's part of his stable as well with the same coach. And Rashidi Ellis, Speedy Ellis. Nice
Good left hook. Oh, he hurt him with that shot too. You see the legs of Cuevas buckled just a little bit. Oh,
and there he goes down.
That's the power.
Impressive how Cuevas was able to stay on his feet. Now can he do it for the next 20 seconds? So you see the confidence, the power, the explosiveness in the punches of Brian Norman Jr.
Don't get too excited. Norman still got to set up his attack. I know he got his man hurt.
Cuevas doesn't look completely recovered here. His punches look slow.
All the way back. Let's go.
Round 3 of this scheduled 12-rounder for the WBO welterweight title. The first defense for Brian Norman Jr. in the white trunks, trimmed in gray and orange. The challenger, Derek Cuevas, out of Puerto Rico with the black trunks trimmed in gold.
Oh, look at Norman. Smart, extremely smart. Shooting the jab out there. He's getting Cuevas to reach to parry that jab, to try to knock it down. Look at that backhand as he reaches out to try to knock the jab down, and he's going to try to attempt to sneak him over the top with that left hook. Watch him how he sets it up. He's trying to feint him now.
Nice
He hit him again.
Once again, you see the legs unsteady on Derek Cuevas.
And he's landing high on the tempo. That's why you're seeing the legs buffer a bit. High on the tempo.
Derek, stop, no punch.
Cuevas having to hold on here.
Go.
He's doing it right
Every
there.
time Norman lands that surgically repaired left hand, it's Derek Cuevas' legs show the effects.
Nice little feint right there from Norman. He shows the right hand like he's going to throw it. He didn't do it. He's looking for the left hook. That's what he's looking for. He's trying to set it up. Trying to walk Cuevas into it. Cuevas right there throws his own left hook. Cuevas now is just doing a little bouncing, just trying to change up his rhythm a little bit. Trying to come in, give different looks.
There's that lead left hook once again from Brian Norman Jr.
Yeah, but he stepped back out of range right there. Just a little off the mark. Oh,
That one he stepped into.
Nice swivel jab right there.
All right.
Brian Norman Jr. asking him to go to the body.
Yes.
See if he can break him down.
Derek, Brian, you got to get up, all right? Let's go.
That was a low blow with the right uppercut.
Yeah, the reason why it's important to go down to the body again, you take the legs of your opposition.
You see that Canelo feint?
Yeah, nice
Throwing it
little
up
feint.
high and trying to set up the right.
And he's trying to set up that left hook. That's what he's trying to set up. That's his punch. Norman has a great left hook.
Nice straight
Good
jab
jab.
to the chest. Brian Norman Jr. Nice right hand there from Cuevas. Norman just can't walk in without setting anything up because Cuevas can still be dangerous.
Yeah, well, Cuevas, there's no feints coming from him at all. He's not feinting. He's not changing his rhythm. Norman is starting to get in the groove now. Starting to get his timing down. Starting to see his punches very well.
And with his back on the ropes, that's not where Cuevas wants to be. That's why you saw him spin into the middle of the ring, center of the ring. Oh,
There it
another
is.
left hook. Partially blocked. Ooh, that's a lead right in the left drop. Cuevas in the back of the corner.
3, 4, 5. Derek, look at me. 6, 7, 8. Derek, look at me.
He don't want to be here.
Look at me, Derek. You want to go?
He don't want to be here. He done.
Look, the body language and the reaction from Derek Cuevas set it off. He was hurt earlier this round, and this combination sent Cuevas to the canvas, and even though he got up to him, there was no intent to continue fighting because he did not answer the instructions of Thomas Taylor.
Norman right now just put his flag in the ground. Flag in the ground. He ain't say anything. But with that type of performance, following up from what he just did, right, against Santillan, coming in, longest layoff of his career, and put on this type of performance against this dangerous puncher, that's a statement.
Look, you can't oversell it. This is a young man, Derek Cuevas, who was coming off of a 16-month layoff, gets a title shot off of that layoff. But nonetheless, we knew how powerful he could be. He hurt, right? He stunned Norman in the first round, and then Norman made the correct adjustments and hurt him in that same round and every round since, and finally was able to drop him. And Tim, this is how the fight came to an end. And you can't begrudge Derek Cuevas because he took some solid shots.
Norman right there, check hook. He saw his man loading up for a left hook of his own. Again, Cuevas. That's his favorite punch as well. Norman just staying disciplined, keeping his feet underneath him, not lunging, just making him pay as he comes in. Check this out. Boom, and this is the finish right here. Doing a good job right there, going around the guard and then coming in with a swivel jab right there to create that knockdown. But that left hook right there, that's what started everything. Coming around that jab. Good swivel jab right there to send Cuevas to the canvas, baby. You know what? Cuevas tonight, I mean, look, when he got hit with that first left hook, he never recovered from that. True. You know, I mean, even when, you know, he went back to the corner and he had about a minute to rest, and then he came back out to fight. I mean, he still didn't seem like to have everything or have his wits about him.
Tim, every time he got touched by that left hook, the legs reacted. And that's what ended up happening here. And look, he knows himself better than anybody. The fact that he did not want to continue and Thomas Taylor had to stop the fight, well, that's tribute to how hard Brian Norman Jr. landed with 2 healthy hands. We set it up to Jimmy Lennon Jr. for the time of the stoppage.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 2 minutes 59 seconds in round number 3. A referee in charge, Thomas Taylor, stops the contest. He is the winner by way of technical knockout and still the undefeated WBO welterweight champion of the world, the assassin, Brian Norman Jr.
He had to wait 10 months to make his first world title defense, but yes, tonight he makes it in impressive fashion, earning a 3rd round stoppage against the dangerous Derek Cuevas. Mark Regal is with the champ.
Congrats, champ. How did it feel to get back in that ring?
I feel wonderful. Of course, I had a little ring rust to starting off, but you see, I shook that real quick.
Looked like he caught you with a hook to the body. Did he feel it?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
All right. And then you adjusted. Describe that to me.
No, just simple, just get back into it. Like I said, I've been out for 10 months, so it's just getting back in the field, being in front of everybody. But as you see, it wasn't a struggle at all. Great opponent, never been stopped, only got 1 defeat, and you see what I did with him.
He's never been down.
Oh, I ain't even know that. Never been down, never been stopped. Look what I done did to him.
10 months, I know it's been a hard road with your hands. Do you feel like a champ tonight? Because you carried yourself like one.
Oh, best believe that. You best believe that. Not just a champ, a future legend in the game. You know what I'm saying? It's the Brian Norman show now. So now y'all better come out and see me.
How your hands feel?
My hands are on the money, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, everything was perfect coming into this fight. My time is now.
He's the son of a fighter like you. He's a proud guy. He's a rugged guy. And as I said, never been down. Are you at all